like to have crock pot, okay?
All right. So here we are. I'm gonna start right now. So I'm gonna make this stand. All right, here we go. Let me put it here because some people are camera shy. All right. We're close to the edge here. All right, so it's recording. So this is the 14th day of the second 40-day fast. It stops in the weekend. Now, this is what I was trying to do last week, but last week we were only able to have Elizabeth here. You know, but today we have more people here, so we're going to do a more official start. And so let me give you the date. What's today's date?
11th of March.
March 11th, Sunday, and we are in Hometown Buffet, as a matter of fact. So we are right where everything's taking place, and we just had our food already. You know, we have whatever we wanted, and so I'm presenting to them, you know, what is soon to be the ministry that I'm presenting to the church. But these are the first one to hear it. It's got to do with the power of fasting. The power of fasting. So this is something that the Lord has to be able to help me with. So I want us to, you know, if somebody that can read without glasses, because I need glasses. Again. Okay. Read some Isaiah 58 here for me. Mine Isaiah 58. I'm going to hear Elizabeth talk about the fast that God has chosen. I want you to pay close attention to see if God gives you any recipe to follow in this fast. But this is His chosen fast. Okay.
Fasting, that pleases God. Pray at once, for not, lift up your voice like a trumpet. Tell my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and did not forsake their ordinances of God. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching God. Why have we fasted, they say, and we have not seen? Why have we afflicted our souls, and you take no notice? In fact, in the day of your fast you find pleasure, and exploit your labors. Indeed, you fast for striking to me, and to strike with the fist of wickedness. You will not fast as you do this day, to make your voice heard on high. Is it a fast that I have chosen, a day for man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head like a bulrush, and to spread out sackcloth and ashes, and to call this a fast, and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is this not the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and let him break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and then bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the naked, that you cover him, and not hide yourself. Then your light shall break forth like the morning, your healing shall strike forth, and righteousness shall fill the earth. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard, and you shall call. You shall cry, and you will say, Here I am. Take away the yoke from your neck, when you have a finger and speak wickedness, if you extend yourself to the and satisfy the afflicted soul, and your light shall dawn in the darkness, and your darkness shall be as the night. The Lord will guide you continually, and satisfy your soul, and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a water potter, like the spring of water whose waters do not fail. Those from among you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations. And you shall be called the terror of the restorer of the streets. You turn away your food on the Sabbath, doing your pleasures on my holy day. On the Sabbath you delight. The holy day of the Lord you shall honor him. Not doing your own will, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your words. Then you shall delight yourself in the Lord. And I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, with courage.
Okay, read that part about not finding your own pleasure or speaking your own words. Almost at the end.
If you turn away from your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on the holy day, on the Sabbath day delight, the holy day of the Lord shall shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your words. Then you shall delight in yourself. I will cause you to ride on my holy day. The heritage of Jacob your father.
So basically, you don't see any prescribed diet of what you need to follow there. But basically, a development of character. It's more like a godly character. Sharing your bread with your neighbor, you know, and not delighting in whatever you want. So here is beginning with the soul. The idea is the only way you're gonna, you know, because in the I'll take you to the temptation in the wilderness, because I spoke about this in the first fast. And I said that in the first fast, you know, when he was hungry after 40 days, the devil came and told him, don't be hungry. If you're the Son of God, you know, if you're a Christian, use that status to make sure you never go hungry. You know, use the power to convert stones into bread and feed yourself. You know, so in other words, you're here, basically, your main existence is to satisfy, you know, whatever craving your tongue has, or your mouth has, okay? But one thing you're going to understand that your mouth is going to feed the world with instructions on how to eat, on how to run business, how to run government, because every word that you speak is feeding instructions to the whole world. And so that was more important. That's why God said, Jesus says, man, you know, it is written, men shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that cometh out of the mouth of God. Because that's the way it is. Every word that comes out of the mouth is what's feeding industries. It's feeding governments. That's what allows everything to continue to exist. That's why that was the correct answer. The mouth is not mainly for feeding this body. The mouth is mainly for feeding all of humanity. And so that Jesus kept it in the right spot. You know, he answered that. So the main thing is we come to here to understand, to take on our own, not looking for our own words, but using for the words that will teach us how to, you know, come out of ourselves and be thinking on behalf of others. You know, that's why the way I'm doing this, as you see there, like in the thing that I gave you to explain here, the group that we belong to is the first one there. Because through this last fast that I had, God gave me 3 gifts, I believe. And it has taken years for Him to give it to me. And these are understanding of what I can do now, you know, in His name. And the first one is to fortify families, to make families strong. And that's what we are here for, to start with that, because everything begins with the family. Okay, so for that He gave me the MEAL.MP4, you know, because what you learn here, you're going to go feed the world with that. And you're going to be the fit meal because you'll have the right mindset to give them. You know, because we acquire a mindset from everybody that's telling us advice and telling us how we should feel in this circumstance, how we should react to this. We're told everything, you know, and what should give us comfort in this and what should give us comfort in that. So we're instructed all that, you know. So the whole idea is to come into a situation in which you acquire a different mindset and look at everything from God's point of view, and then life's a whole lot easier because you're not struggling with the way He's running everything. Because that's a big one thing that people have, you know. They say not finding your own delight, speaking your own words. You know, we love to express. Everybody in the world is here thinking that I'm here, you know, to see, you know, for the whole world to know who I am, what I do, and what I have. That's the mindset that was given to us, you know. But tell me, who am I? I mean, who are you in the sense that have we created any single atom? Do I have a patent on a second that got my name?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't created anything. And yet the author who has created everything, we don't want to learn about his mind so we can brag about him. You know, wait a minute. So there's something, turn around upside down here. So the whole idea is to get you here and to try to talk about somebody that makes sense to talk about because he's running everything. You know, and it's good to get to know that mindset and try to live in that mindset. So that's the whole idea here. So as you listen to this, and what I'm doing is I'm feeding you the diet of words. I'm giving you Colossians to begin with. Because for years, you know, before, if you see that in that picture, almost in all my big pictures, you always see me smiling. Because even back then, I was reading the Bible about 6 or 7 hours a day. Okay, so I've been always reading the Bible a long time. And so my spirit was very happy where satisfied in the Lord, but I was not taking care of His temple. And eventually caught up with me. So in 2003, when you see me in 2003, that's the year when I suffered a minor stroke. But that's the year of the works, I call it. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, you know, I had gallstones, you know, diabetes. And to top it off in September, that year when the churches, they went to some concert in that they have in Magic Mountain, Christian concert. You know, the Nazarene took all the kids, and that's when my stroke happened. You know, I had a minor stroke that kind of weakened this side of my body. Happened on this side, and so after that, I had to learn to take care of the temple. But it wasn't too hard because I already have learned the right mindset, you know, to deal with the things in life, because I was always out to do things for people. So once you're conditioned like that, then to do the other thing is a whole lot easier. So that's why I'm giving you the diet of, you know, Colossians, in which I love it because it talks about how complete we are in the Word, you know. I don't know if any of you saw my previous video tape, but I explained that in the world of computers, you can have the whole tower, the whole hard drive, everything inside the computer. But if it's missing the software, the operating system like Windows 7 or Windows XP, they call it a bare bone kit. That's the terminology for it. I mean, it's a computer, it looks like a computer, but it doesn't have any word in it. It doesn't have any software, so they call it a bare bone. So it's only when the word is put in it that it's called a computer. The word is what makes it whole. It what makes it a computer. And when you see my computer's not working, it's not that the computer, is dented and all broken like that. It's just like the program is not working and it's giving you a blue screen and it's giving you something. So when the word doesn't work, the computer fails. So when the word is not working right in us, guess our soul is not working according to God. So that's how we have to understand it. That's the whole idea here. So I want to make you work on behalf of your maker because that's the best thing for us to do. I mean, because eventually you're going to work for any corporation, you're going to be there to present your mind and your will and to present their product and talk about them. So might as well just talk about your maker and about his product, which is his son, the word. So that's the whole idea of doing this. So what this stands for, let me just get so the fifth meal is basically, and I taken you guys because you saw what God had done in me and you were inspired to start something on your own. And when that happened, I figured, I got to take those people that God had still something in them and start taking care of them. And from there, you'll take it from there on to your own people and to your own congregation. Like, we have people from different churches here. Elizabeth goes to Emmanuel Church, and Kim and her daughter, they're going to my church, and Brian is now going to my church. And also, the one that's be coming and join us later on is Guillermina Martinez. She goes to Calvary Chapel, I believe, in Whittier. So, it's all that we can, we can take this to wherever God has us. So, but basically what this stands for is there. I call it the Fast Inspirational Training Mentor Edifying Assertive League. Okay, it's quite a full mouth there, but the Fast Inspirational, the reason I chose you is because you started trying to do something for yourself on your own, with whatever little you had, to start doing something to take better care of God's temple. So, with that, you have inspiration already. So therefore, I got to train you with the right wording to have, to the right words to acquire and to encourage you in the path. So therefore, you become a mentor unto others. So eventually, when you get to see people as you progress, as you go up progressing along the way, you'll see other people that will kind of follow your example. And pay attention to those that actually do something on their own, and then try to do something with them. Because there are people that will admire what you do, but they don't do anything. So okay, so they are for another time, right? But those that that are getting into, that's the ones that you want to do something with. So hopefully that's how this will grow, And so I call it mentor edifying because we're going to create mentors like that, people that want to take care of others. So, that's like a family does. They take a kid and they pour their life into them. And assertive is in the sense that you know what you've experienced because you tried it, it worked for you, and therefore you talk from boldness and authority. You don't speak hesitantly, because that's the thing, that's what they admire about Christ. Because he spoke not as the Pharisees, but he spoke what he knew what he was talking about. So when you'll be able to talk, because God will have accomplished that in your bodies, you will be able to use that with power as well. That's why you'll be assertive. And it will be a league because we're going to be a group that's going to instill this on everybody else. So that's basically what we're doing today. So I'm just going to leave you with that because I don't like to make this more than 20 minutes so I can put it in Facebook. But that's what we'll talk about today. But that's more or less what we're starting, all right? So I'm going to stop it and take questions from that.